That is a stunning piece of wood. I would have never thought in a million years that that would have ended up coming out. Don't even see it very well because it's so shiny, the light's reflecting off of it. But I took that bottom. So this is the project. I'm calling it my prehistoric bowl, as you can see from the title. The reason being is because it's old, chunky and rough around the edges, just like me. So, sticky and horrible. So yeah, yeah, nothing else to say really. It's failed. No good. So I'll see you guys next week. Fresh new project, one that works. And take care. Speak to you soon, and bye for now. Hello you lovely people, how is everybody? Welcome back to another Lunchtime Live. Obviously we didn't do one last week because I had other commitments, but we are here today to do another Lunchtime Live, and again as always it's myself and my lovely wife Nikki.
Hello.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to just go through what I'm roughly going to do, and then Nick's going to start reading off who's in the chat, and we'll welcome everybody in. Again, a great view and a quantity of people. Nice to see everybody in. Thank you very much to everybody for coming over. So this week, what I'm going to do, I have a piece of cedar that was given to me by Keith of, I think it's Real Simple Thing. No, not Real Simple Things. I can't remember Keith's channel. That's bad. That is really bad. Anyway, it was given to me by Keith.
Circular Wood by Keith.
That's it, Circular Wood by Keith. So anyway, it was given to me by Keith when we was at Dale's. It's just under 8 inches across. I'm waiting for it.
Real inches?
Yeah, there we go. There we go. And it's on the widest point, it's 3 1/4, and on the narrowest point, it's 2 3/4 inches. So I'm going to turn it smooth out or flatten it all out. We've got a bit of bark in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this as my bottom to take that out of there. I did toy with the idea of leaving it open, but I just changed my mind.
You said bottom.
So I'm going to turn this out, and this will be my base. And then it's a piece, like I say, it's a piece of cedar. I've never coloured cedar, so I may go with a bit of colouring. I'm not sure how to take it, but I don't know. We'll get a shape and we'll see how it comes out, and we'll go from there. So I'll change the camera angle. Again, if there's any questions, please put question before the question so Nick knows what she's reading. And I'll hand over to Nick to just go through who's in the chat, and then we'll welcome everybody in.
Right, so first in the chat was Colin Roberts.
As always.
We've got Sid's Repurposing, Robert Robertson, Jay from Wooden Things AU, and then we've got Dr. Bob. Next would be Terry Bray. We've got Doug Miller. Jappy's in. Hello, everybody, so far. Then we've got Doug from Pole Barn Productions. Colin Izzard. Amy. Barry Oak. Mark the Gentleman Woodturner. Robert Dolman. Tommy Gunn. Lee from Cornish Pixie. Hugh from Wooden It Be Nice. Is it Wooden It Be Nice?
Yeah.
Yep, Wooden It Be Nice. Manic Maker, hello. I think we're about there, Steve.
Thank you very much.
Oh no, Ellie Two Meadows Designs.
So again, as always, a nice crew coming in. Thank you very much for popping over.
We've got Baz from Real Simple Things.
Yeah, well, Baz will just ignore him because he's a troublemaker. Not really, Baz.
I think I'm about caught up with everybody. I haven't, sorry.
So thank you everybody for coming over. Hopefully we'll entertain you. We'll try and entertain you as always. So what I'm going to try and do first off is I'm trying to get rid of that bark intrusion, and then we'll roughly be able to see how much we've actually got left. Because I don't know how deep it goes in. Oh, it's not too bad, we nearly got rid of it already. So hopefully by the time we've curved our bowl, it'll be gone. So I'm going to leave a little bit of a foot on this.
Baz has told you to go back to bed, Steve.
Say again?
Baz said go back to bed, Steve.
What, because I'm grumpy?
You are grumpy today.
We're all entitled to our grumpy days.
Right, Terry said both our sounds are playing up, Steve.
Right, okay, as in what? Jumping, skipping, missing?
Yeah, Mark said the same. Sound is wobbly on both mics.
Right, okay. Let's have a look and see what we can do.
Yeah, everyone's saying the sound is really bad. Oh yeah, it is. Can you hear that?
Yes, I can hear that. So let me just try. I was going to go quiet for a few minutes, guys, and then we'll come back.
That sounds like we're robots. Jay said we've got marbles in our mouths.
Marbles in our mouths. Right, what's that
You
like?
speak. Don't know, you speak.
Well, it's clear to us, isn't it? The other day when I had issues, that was...
No, that's loads better. You speak now.
Yeah, the other day when we was on, it was really skippy and jumpy, so hopefully that might have cured. I don't know why.
Jay said we've got marbles in our mouths.
Marbles in our mouths. Right.
Yep, that's loads better.
Like? So is that better? Yeah, that's
yep.
better, guys. Right, okay. Sorry about that.
Yep, loads. Thank you.
Thanks for letting us know. So let's just crack on. Right, so we're just going to shape this around.
Sid's repurposing. He put Nikki sounds wonderful.
Oh, you creep.
I'll take the compliments because I don't get many of them.
Oh, here we go. Get the violins out. So I'm trying to...
My flowers are dead, Steve, but I'll wait till we come back
Okay.
from being away and you can get me some more.
I'll buy you some artificial ones, they'll last longer.
Right, while we're sorting out the sound, Scott's come on Blue Light Turner.
Hi Scott, how you doing, sir?
And Midnight Joker.
Hi Mike.
Scott's contributing to my next lot of flower fund.
Is he? Thank you, Scott. You don't have to, but thank you very much.
Mark's put Nikki sounds particularly good. Not sure about the other one though.
Oh, thanks, Mark. I don't know why I came on for this abuse. I could have had this abuse at home for nothing. I didn't have to do it publicly. So I just got a little bit of a high spot there I want to try and feather out. So I'm just going to try and do a gentle pass on here to feather that out there. And I think we won't be far off the shape. I don't think I've ever coloured a bit of cedar before, so that's what intrigued me to maybe try and colour it. But we'll see. So we've got a bit of a nasty knot in there, but other than that, still need to take a little bit off of there because of we've not quite got it round there. God, I shouldn't have drunk that coffee so quick.
Happy sympathy with you, said poor Stephen.
You don't know half of it, mate. I'm gonna do that.
Mark put, at home you get specific abuse, from here you get random abuse.
So that's now got that out, hopefully. Yep, that's now round there. So we can get rid of this hump here. I think they only come to the lives to give me abuse.
They need to see what's next on our hit list that they can give you stick about.
Well, it don't take a lot for them to give me stick.
It was flowers. Ring pulls was the first one, weren't it? Then flowers. Then breakfast. That didn't take too much abuse. We're back to flowers again now. Them ones are dead.
I can feel like I'm being done over here. Right, so we've got a nice curve in there now. That you can see that in there, nice curve. Got a little bit of tear out in there. I'm going to put a mortise in the bottom of this. Very.
Mike said we'll be able to see the difference.
See the difference. He's here all week.
Dad joke, Mike. Scott, don't even ask, mate. Do not ask.
What's he on about?
Extension.
Yeah, but that ain't as easy as like your little thing you was making, Scott. It's not as easy as that. You know, this is lintels and.
This is manual work. This is bricks being moved. Cement being mixed.
Well, I'm not worried about that. That's the.
And as you've met Steve, you will know that with things like that, he has OCD. So the cement has to be the right colour. So the only one that can mix the cement will be Stephen. The only one that can lay the bricks will be Stephen. He won't take any help from anyone. We've had numerous friends offer to come and help. But no, he's stubborn as and wants to do it all himself.
You make it sound like a bad thing.
It is one I've been waiting for an extension for the last umpteen years.
Yeah, well, all good things come to those who wait.
Oh, no comment on that.
Well, I could have done it next week, but you wanted to go away on holiday.
As the swimming pool's a no-go.
We got rid of the swimming pool.
The next thing would be hashtag, as my daughter would say, he's stealing her childhood. Is that what she says?
Yeah. Well, nobody went in the pool. That's why I got rid of the pool.
And now she wants another one. She'll be on something else next week.
Yeah, she'll change her mind by the time we come back. Right, so I think we're there for shape. It feels like a bit of a high spot in there, but I think it's that knot.
Midnight
Yes.
Joker's starting a new hashtag, do not abuse Steve.
Oh, actually, someone's standing up for me. Whoop, whoop. Thank you, Mike. Nah, I'm alright. I've got broad shoulders. Right, let's get this sanded. So I'm going to sand this from 240 to... no, I'm not. I'm going to change sand it from 80 grit to 240. And we need to decide whether I'm going to colour it or not. So if I'm going to colour it, I need to sand it up to 400. So what do you guys reckon? Colour it or not colour it?
Hi Simon Rourke.
Hi Simon, how you doing?
Mark said ring pulls, flowers, bracelets, resin rings, breakfast, extensions. It's never ending. Yeah, it is.
You're right there.
Jay said you can't colour over that. Doug from Pole Barn, he said if you want it done right, you have to do it yourself.
Exactly, Doug.
Sid said it's not OCD, it's CDO, so the letters are in the right order. Mike said you shouldn't have caved on the flower, Steve. Now it's an extension. What next?
Well, the extension was started 5 years ago.
A bit longer than that.
Well, yeah, but we had family issues where my grandparents fell ill, so they sort of got knocked on the head for a few years. But unfortunately, they passed away a few years ago. So now it's about time to get it done, I think. I think we've been waiting long enough.
Yep. Baz said, when's the new shop build, Steve? After the extension. Once the extension's done, he's been told he needs to get some prices.
You heard it, guys. New shop. Woohoo!
After the extension. Right, Jay said hashtag vote no flowers.
The only trouble is if I have a new shop up, I've got to have a new shop opening party.
Doug said decide at 240.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Mark said colour it. Jappy said just get a splash pool at the shop.
Splash pool.
Colin Roberts, burn and gold wax it.
Oh, I don't want to burn it. Wayne burned his last night. I seem to be a bit coppy. I don't want to burn it.
Mark, I was being very careful what I said on a live, okay? Barry Oak said colour it, Steve. Scott said try and decide if Steve needs the number for Childline, the Samaritans, or just needs 10 milligrams of Roaset. Yeah. Amy said team colour.
Team colour.
What colours would you suggest?
Yeah, Amy, what colours would you suggest? Is the sound still good, guys? So this is 240, so we'll get up to 240 and we'll decide what we're going to do with it. It's not actually what you call a pretty bit of wood, so I've not got a problem colouring it.
Amy said green, blue, and yellow.
Oh, that's a bit of a combination, isn't it?
That's the result for baby. You know what? See, I'm being
Right.
very good. I'm having to watch my language, aren't I? So,
Yeah, you need to watch your language.
but that sounds like the colour for baby.
Bit of a crack in there.
You know what?
A little bit of a crack in there. I might just put a bit of CA in there.
Don't like a crack.
Can't. Not that sort
Can't
of
have a
crack.
crack.
No. I can only do the glue.
Oh, right, Terry said sounds great. Mark said sounds 10 out of 10. Bazza said red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue. He's just getting adventurous now.
Sid's put Nicky's sound is great, Steve. Meh, he sounds like normal.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Sid.
Yeah, of course you can, Scott. Put it on.
What's
He
that?
wants to know if he can share his link for tonight.
He's taking the piss out, bloke.
Swearing. Stop.
Hiller. Right.
Oh, Colin Roberts has said red and black or purple and yellow. Mike said bet it smells lovely. Does it smell nice?
Smells
Smell of
unusual.
wood.
Smells of wood. No, it's got a distinct smell to it. I can't CA that because if I CA it, then the colour's not going to soak into the grain, is it?
Mark said copper and sunburn orange.
It's quite a cool colour, actually.
Steve said crack. Jay, Thomas crack. Viva la France. Tut tut. Sweaty words.
Right, so it's actually quite a pretty bit. It's a nice bit of wood. It stands up really, really well. So, what's the colour choices? Did we have?
Pink? No. Green, yellow, and I can't remember what she said. Green, yellow, and sorry, I'm multitasking. Green, blue, and yellow.
Green, blue, and yellow. Right, okay.
Red, white, and blue.
I can't do red, white, and blue. What in the French flag? Is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted,
Yeah.
Baz? French flag?
Red and black, or purple and yellow.
I ain't got purple. Oh, have I got purple? Oh, I've got purple.
Copper and sunburn orange.
Copper and sunburnt orange.
Scott put, you told me you loved me, Steve.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to black it, like we always do, to give us a base. Then we'll sand it back.
Rob CP's on.
Hi, Rob. How you doing, sir?
Amy said green and blue.
Well, I think I'm going to put a black base on it first.
Red and orange.
We'll cover it in black. We'll sand it back, and then we will go from there. Because I think it's the way the grain is in that, it's actually going to sort of soak in the black really well. Well, hopefully.
Have you got turquoise? He said pink, purple, and turquoise.
I haven't got turquoise. I've got a plum purple, sky blue, midnight blue, black, ruby, flame, burnt orange, honey, pear
Scott
green.
said ruby and honey. Doug Miller suggested iridescence.
Iridescence.
Rob CP's on.
Hi, Rob.
And not Doug, Barry Oakes.
Hi, Barry.
Off. No, he's popping off.
All right, okay. Thank you, Barry, for popping in. So I'm going to put a base black.
Black base.
Yeah, and that over first. And then that will give us our base coat. Let's get some extraction on.
Don't talk to me about extraction.
You love it.
Waste of a day that was.
You got breakfast there, but what do you want more blood?
Yeah, McDonald's. I mean, it isn't like proper breakfast, is it? Not like I had in town the other day.
Right. So there's our black.
A lot of people say no black.
No black. Too late now. It's on. So we'll just give it a few seconds to dry. It's quite warm in here, so it shouldn't take too long to dry. Then we'll sand it back.
Do you know what, Mark? He used to be
What?
romantic.
I am romantic. I turn up. I come home every day after work. What more do you want, blood?
If that's a good thing or not.
Right, so I'm going to sand this back now to 400. And as you can see, this should just leave the black in the grain. And depending on how far you sand back, depending on how much you leave in. Like that. A bit more, I think. Speed up a little bit, I think. I'm going to leave the bottom black. I think that will do. As you can see there, where the grain is quite loose, it's held in. So that was 120. We'll go 240. So what was the colours Amy wanted?
Green and blue and yellow and you got turquoise.
I ain't got turquoise.
What about your iridescent colours?
No, I want to put water-based colours on it.
So what colour have you got?
I'll just spin for them.
Oh,
Hang on, I'll go for them again. Just 1 second.
no, you're alright, don't bother.
Right, I've got honey, burnt orange, flame red, ruby red, plum, sky blue, midnight blue, black, pear green, earth, and forest green.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, just about. I wonder what you was doing. Didn't realise you was on the phone. Right, so let's get some colours on it.
Oh, honey and blue, Steve. I can sing them.
Honey and blue,
Honey and ruby.
honey and ruby. Let's have a look at the chat. So, Amy's gone for green and blue. Amy's gone for green and blue.
I doubt they'll have them.
Mark's gone for honey and ruby. Sid's gone for red, yellow, and green and blue. That's a bit of a combination. Midnight Joker Mike's gone for. Hang on, where's that gone? Honey and ruby. Baz wants pear, green, and plum.
Um,
Purple. That might be right.
I ate, but I don't want it. Thank you.
Thank you for coming over, Simon. Have a great day, sir.
Yeah, hardly. Food
Scott's lonely, bless him. Let's all go to R together. Ah. Right, so what did Amy want? Let's just see what Amy wanted. Amy wanted, where did I see that? Green and blue. Green, the only green I have is, well, greens are forest green and pear green. Actually, yes, I've never used those colours.
We've got that. Charlie, go back and get Charlie.
I've never used these colours. So we got pear, pear green. Whoops, won't drop it on the floor.
Next week.
Earth and
Right, I need to go because I've got to sort this out.
forest green. So we'll go with those.
Love you, bye. Sorry about that.
It's alright. You're back.
When you've got a child ringing you wanting to know what you want from Tesco's.
Couple of grand at the till would be nice.
um,
So we're going with the earthy colours. We're going with earth, pear green and forest green. We're going to try them for a change. So we'll go lightest colour first, which is pear. Give it a good check. Good check. Let's move this over so you guys can see what I'm not doing. Move this. This is right in the way. So I'm going to try and, I'm using a piece of just kitchen roll. If we can get it to go, guys. That's never been used and the squirty don't work. That's handy, Andy. Well, perhaps we won't be using pear. Let's take the lid off. Just be careful I don't spill it.
don't need to.
No, there's nothing you can do. I'll just have to take the other lid's not working properly. So I'm just going to gently scatter this over. It's more like yellow, don't it? It looks more like yellow. So I'm going to cover the whole thing in this, I think. And then put the other colours over the top of it.
Oh, someone said sound's gone again.
Oh, really? Having a bit of issues today. Is it confirmed that the sound's gone, or is it just...
No, it says it on there. Everyone's put it on the chat.
That must be an issue with the YouTube, I reckon, because is the sound still bad, or are we back or not, guys?
He said the sound's gone.
Gone, totally.
As said it was when you switched the cameras.
Oh, right, well that should make no difference. Colin's saying he's got sound. Robert's saying he's got it. He's lost it. Right, I don't understand why that is though. Right, okay. Let's just
Do what you did earlier where you took it off and put it back on.
right, what's that like, guys? Is that any better? Is yours on, Nick? Nick, speak. Right, I've lost you now.
Mine's gone off. Don't worry about me.
Oh no, you're on now. You're back now. Right, let's try that. Right, so we've got our pear green on. So I'm going to go with earth next. I'll have to check that. I don't understand why that keeps flicking issue when we're changing mic cameras. We've never had problems before, but we'll check that. So anyway, we're going with earth next. And I'm just going to sort of dob this on. Without the tissue creasing over on me. I agree, Baz. I agree.
Told you.
So we'll go forest.
That's
Give a
good.
good.
Today's really going to look.
What?
That's really going to look. What Baz said.
That's all right. We can always turn it back, and it's only for a trial. And like I said, I've never used these colours. Never ever used these colours, so it's nice to have a go with them.
Leopard print.
Leopard.
The leopard bowl.
Be cool if it looked like leaves on it, wouldn't it? It will look a bit different once it's got some sand and sealer over it, to be honest. So let's put a little bit of honey over it as well now. So I'm just going to put a little bit of honey over it to try and brine up a little tiny bit. Same principle, just going to dob it on.
Ian in the shed said, "What colours are you using, Steve?" He missed it when you said.
Right, I'm using, hang on one second and I will go through them. Right, first coat I put on was Hampshire Sheen's intrinsic colours, was pear green. Put that down as, well actually we put black on first. We sanded back the black to give us the darkness in the grain. Then the first coat I put on top of that was pear green. I covered the whole piece in pear green. Then I put earth on, and I sprayed it onto the tissue and just dabbed it to give us the splodginess. Then I did exactly the same with the forest green, and then I've just gone over it with the honey to try and lift the colour so it's not so dark. And again, just dabbed it on to try and not give a perfect coating, but to give just a rustic looking coating. That's what I've done.
Terry Bray said, "Don't take it down to the wood, you'll never find it again."
Take what down to the wood?
The bowl. Looks like
Oh,
camo
right.
bowl. Okay.
I'm not with it today.
Rubber dub, woods on.
Hi, rubber dub Steve. Hi, Steve. So I just dry this, and then we'll get some sand and sealer over it. I want to try and get the sand and sealer so I'm not rubbing it, so it doesn't flow the colours in too well. Because what you'll find sometimes when you put your sand and sealer over, you rub it in, and that causes the colours to merge in with each other. So I'm going to try not to rub too hard with the sand and sealer. I'm using Hampshire Sheen's pre-thinned sand and sealer. Like I've said before, I always find that I get a good finish with this on Hampshire Sheen products, and being pre-thinned, it's nice and thin to soak straight in if you can get the lid off, that is.
Colin said you'll always be able to get a job in the army painting camo. You done your Frontiera camo, didn't you?
Yeah, I painted a whole car camo, yeah. The only trouble is when you was out shooting, you couldn't find it. So I'm going to try and dab this on without doing too much movement of the... I'm going to have to rub it in because you can't get it on properly if not. So we'll give that a good soak in. So we've got a bit of a crack in there. But what I'll do is as soon as I've got this sanding sealed, we will get some CA glue in the crack. So hopefully that should hold it together. Where's that crack there that you can see there? But I'm not going to go mega thin with it anyway. When I turn it out, I'm going to leave it quite chunky and rustic looking.
Sorry, Hugh, and wouldn't it be nice? Steve, he's asked, where do you get your spirit stains from?
Spirit stains. The only spirit excuse me. The only spirit stains I have, Hugh, are from Chestnut. They're spirit stains. The stains I'm using now are water-based stains. They're Hampshire Sheens. So they're Hampshire Sheen intrinsic colours. The one I've done this with are Hampshire Sheen intrinsic colours. But let me just show you. Chestnut do spirit stains like that. They're actually spirit based. But just remember, it's recommended that if you're using spirit stains, use an acrylic sand and sealer over the top, so you don't blend the colours. Right, so let's get a little tiny bit of CA in there. I don't want a lot because I don't want to spill it everywhere. So I'm just going to put a little tiny bit in there with a bit of tissue, so hopefully I won't get it everywhere. So I just want a little, just to try and seal that, so when we turn it, it don't fly apart on us. Like I say, I'm not going to go mega thin anyway. Ouch! Cool, that got hot.
Very smelly.
Oh, thanks. I had a shower this morning. So I'll let that dry a little bit. What's the matter with Mark? What's he say?
No, it's alright.
Oh, okay.
You've got a lot of people that are saying how nice it looks and that you've got to be careful if you took it to the woods because you'd lose it.
Yeah, let's change the camera. I don't know if I'll lose sound again, but we'll change the camera and have a look. Looks a bit, like I say, it's got that sort of motley effect to it. But there's darker there because the grain was looser, so we had a bit of black in the grain still there. So no, but it looks good. We'll just let that super glue dry, and then we'll get some finish on it. Good thing is with sample test pieces like this is when you've done them, if you don't like them, you skim them off and do them again. It's no hardship. It's easily rectified. There was one piece I did. I think it was the blood platter I did. I must have took that back 10 times before I got the colour I wanted on it. So yeah, it's
Well, that looks awful. So.
Yeah, well, I may refinish it, but it's for a demo. That's all it's for. It's for a demo. You got to remember that. And it's all about trial and error. If you don't try, you don't know.
You want honesty, don't you?
Yeah, no, I do want honesty. I'm not over keen on it, but it's for a demo, and you don't know until you start mixing your colours together. You don't know.
They don't go together.
Yeah. We've got a little bit there where the super glue's been on, but like I say, it's not an issue. So what would I go over this with? I think I'm going to just go over this with a bit of wood wax,
Sandpaper.
sandpaper, a gouge, a bowl gouge, over with a bowl gouge just to finish it off.
Baz is obsessed with nappies.
Who's?
Baz.
Baz.
He says it looks like the inside of a nappy.
I hate to see what you've been feeding your kids. So just rub this in. Just put a bit on the bottom.
Steve from Rubber Dub said, practice is the get out of jail terminology, Steve. Amy sent a donation.
Oh, Amy, you should have done. Thank you very much.
It's not for you, it's for me.
Oh, okay.
Mike said, did you just use that centre finder to open a can?
Yes, I did. Is that a problem? Who said that, Mike?
Mike.
Yes, I did, because I haven't got a proper can opener and I couldn't be bothered to walk over to the toolbox to get a screwdriver. Is that not what they're for? Is that not where they got flat bits on for?
Everyone's noticed it.
If that's the only, is that the first time they've ever noticed it? I've done it every week for the last 17 weeks. So I'm just going to speed this up
Is
a
that
little
going to be a
bit.
new thing now? Spot Steve opening.
Yeah. Well, I just couldn't be bothered to go get a screwdriver. Laziness, that's what that was.
Well, at least you're not grumpy anymore, so.
I weren't grumpy.
Yeah, you were.
No, I weren't.
You were.
Just clean these bits of wax out of here.
Well, you'll all be pleased to know the teen child was actually out of bed at a reasonable hour today.
Yeah, before dinner.
After me shouting, "No, Steve, don't squirt her with the water." Never seen her move so quick. Although Steve weren't anywhere to be seen, but you thought he was.
Right, so. Oh, I love that. I think that's gorgeous. Oh. Look at that. That's beautiful. Where's the
Who picked
camera?
them colours?
Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous.
Who picked them colours?
Amy.
She ain't taking responsibility for that, I don't think.
I was actually going to do something similar to what Wayne did last night. Funny enough, I was going to use some Joe Sonia colours. But when Wayne did his last night, I thought I'd better not, to be honest. So I was a little bit ill prepared, to be honest. That's why we're doing this. Right, let me just clean my safety glasses and then we'll make a start on the inside. Like I say, I want the inside quite chunky, so I'm not going to make it mega thin. There's quite a bit of, I'll just stop it and show you, there's a bit of cracking in there as well. So there's a little bit of cracking there. So I don't want to go mad, there's a little bit of cracking down there as well. So I'm going to take it steady and we'll see what happens.
Right, Colin Roberts has asked a question. He says, is that CL3 or CL4 lathe?
It's a CL4.
Yeah, Steve from Rubber Dub's answered that.
CL4, Colin. It's the one with the variable speed on it. Right, so let's get this.
Amy said, I said blue and green. That ain't blue and green, Mr. Cowell. Scott, I'll see you later, Scott.
See you later, mate. Thanks for coming over.
Sound's gone again.
What, since I changed cameras? That's a pain in the arse, isn't it? Let's just see if it goes back if I change it.
Please remove that unit.
I don't think so. Does it sound better now? Let's just see. it might just be that one camera. Let's just
Yeah,
see if it
Terry
comes.
said it's actually changed the camera.
Yeah, I don't know why that's.
Can't said we're underwater again.
What about now, guys? Is it any better now? I've changed camera back.
They seem to think it's when you switch from overhead
Yeah, I don't understand
to the
why.
end view.
Don't understand why.
That's still bad, apparently.
Right, I'm gonna have to turn it off and turn it back on again.
Wait a minute.
So what's that like, guys? Is that any better?
Yeah, it's better, I reckon.
Right, okay.
I won't hear you again then.
Strange. Don't understand that. Right, we'll have to play about with that.
Ah, it keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't look very professional, does it, when we have problems like that?
You're not professional. Kiss yourself, love.
Thanks, love. Move that rest down a little bit. I'm going to try something new. I normally take the middle out first and then work my way out. But what I'm going to do, first off I'm going to move the rest a little bit so I can get to it a bit easier. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a stump in the middle and hopefully it won't be so noisy when we turn it out. That's the theory anyway. Like I said, I don't think I'm going much thinner than what that wall is now.
Just one more, just one more.
No, I ain't going no thin. I don't want it really thin. I want it quite chunky.
Like you.
Sorry?
Like you.
Yeah, just like me. Ooh, not like that though.
Careful.
What I'm trying to do is hog out most of this with the 1/2 inch bowl gouge, and then we can finish it with the 3/8. To hopefully get a nice finished cut on it. Don't know how much deeper I've got to go. Quite a bit by the looks of that. About 3/4 of an inch. Take a little bit of this out, I think. Whoops, look at that. I'll take that stub out of there now, I think. So now we should. It's quite soft in the middle there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this round so we're actually inside the bowl. Nice bit of grain coming through there. So we've got the shape. Just got to finish the bottom off really more than anything. So I'm going to put a little bit more speed on that. Because obviously the more centre to the bowl you get, the less speed you have. So you're not going to get such a clean cut. And the idea is we want a nice finished cut, don't we? Looks yellow on the, looks really yellow on the picture. Are you still there or are you asleep?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm asleep and bored now.
So I'm just going to do a little bit more in the bottom here. Nice steady cut. And hopefully we can do a pass over it with the 3/8 bowl gouge just to finish. Oops, to finish it off. So just one with the 3/8. Hopefully to finish it. Try and get one natural curve on it so we don't get no ribs in it. Unlike that little bit there I just did. So other than that bit there, that's one smooth pass. So I just need to take, I think I just need to take a little tiny bit out of the bottom there. And I think we'll be about there. Not like that.
Oh.
I'm just going to bring it from here, try and catch it, ride it on the bevel, and then just gently bring it in. Got a little bit of vibration somewhere along there. I think it's slightly out of balance. So still got a little bit in there. Still got a little bit of a lip in there. Oh, bother. Let's try one more
Why does it
time.
always have to be so perfect?
That's the idea of it.
You can't have a wobbly bowl?
The idea is to get a nice finish on the tool, isn't it? That's the idea. That's better. If you get a nice finish on the tool, then that's less sanding.
Mark said use a scraper, Steve.
Yeah, but the only trouble is, Mark, with it being soft as it is, I think using a scraper, it would tear it. That's why I didn't really want to try and use a scraper. Because I know what happened with the outside, it was quite soft and I didn't want to tear it. So, right, so I've got that now.
Robbo said move the rest in.
That wasn't the rest. No, what was the problem was I was getting in and I was banging the bevel on the back there rather than taking
I think
it
the sound's
even.
going again.
Really? What on earth's
Sounds
going
a
on?
bit crackly.
What's going on today?
Ask him.
That's because there was an update just before we came online. That's the problem. Windows again. Pain in the backside. Right, so I'm going to sand this. Get this sanded up.
Oh no, sounds fine the same.
Is it? There was an update just before we went live. Windows was putting in, so whether that's messed us up a little bit, I don't know. Perhaps machine won't rebooting, but obviously we can't do it while we're live, so we'll have to do it afterwards and test it.
Yeah, they're all saying the sound's fine. It's just you was a bit crackly to me, so I didn't know.
To me, to you. Let's speed this up a little tiny bit. Is the sound still crackly to you then or not?
No, it's fine.
Sure when your ears playing up?
Probably. Mike Lang's on.
Hi Mike, how you doing? Thanks for coming over, sir. So that's 80, 120. We're only going to take us up to 240 because we're going to Yorkshire grit the inside because we're going to leave it natural. So we don't need to go any higher than 240.
Hugh said he's had major problems since the last Windows update. He no longer gets notifications for YouTube videos.
Alright. The trouble is with Windows at the moment, they're putting new updates out every 2 or 3 days. And you just get it right, and then they put another update out, and then you have to mess around with it again. So that's 120, 240, which will be our last grit before we sand and seal. So there we go, 240. So that is sanded now nice up to 240. And what you can see there, I don't know if you can see it. Well, you've got a camera, I don't know if you'll see it. There, you can just see where that crack's starting to come through. So no doubt that will actually split open, I would imagine. But we'll see, we'll see. So I'm going to sand and seal this. I'm only going to use the chestnut sand and sealer on this one. So I have pre-thinned the chestnut one down because I find it quite thick. So it should soak in nice.
Baz is off.
See you later, Baz. Have a good day, sir. Thanks for coming over. Border controller after him, that's what it is. So give us a good couple of soaks of sand and sealer. It's gone yellow now. That really has made it go yellow colour.
Doug says he thinks the YouTube update thing is YouTube because he hasn't been getting them on his iPhone.
Oh right, really? YouTube at the minute has been a bit of a pain in the backside because I didn't get any notifications for Mark's live on Monday, nor did I get any for Rich the Beard 16 live on Tuesday either. So yeah, so I think there's a bit of an issue going on somewhere. I don't think YouTube can really keep up with the demand at the moment.
Mike said he disabled all automatic updates about a year ago. It was tricky but worth it.
Yeah, it might be worth it because I did set them to only do them like late at night, but if the machine's not on in the workshop, then obviously it can't do them. So it does them as soon as you turn the machine on. So I just give over a bit of a Scotch Brite to take that off, which was a bit pointless really because we're going to go with Yorkshire grit anyway, but never mind. So go with some grit.
Mannix asked what wood was it? I can't remember what it was. Cedar.
Piece of cedar. So give it a generous coat of Yorkshire grit. Well, not generous, you don't need to be generous, I don't mean massive amount, just a good quantity so you get a nice coat over it.
Mike Lang said that's why he was late, he had no notification.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, really don't. So anyway, we're going to start the lathe off low to work in the grit, and then as the grit does its thing and works itself in, you'll feel the abrasiveness on the tissue get less and less and less. Then you know what's happened. The abrasive parts of the grit are working down to create that fine coat. Depending on how you work the grit, you'll get anywhere between 600 and 1,000 grit with the normal, or the original, shall I say. And then with the microfine, you'll get up to 2,000 grit. I don't very often use microfine on wood unless I'm using it on a hardwood like mahogany or oak or something like that. I mostly use the microfine for resin pieces. But yeah, it's down to the individual. You can use it on wood, but to be honest, I think just the first coat or the original on wood is adequate enough, up to 1,000 grit. So the more you work it, the better the grit, the better the finish you'll get.
You gotta work it.
You gotta work it, baby. So as you feel the grit reduce in the tissue, just gently speed up the lathe a little tiny bit, and that'll use the last of the abrasive compound in the grit to bring out that final grade up to your 1,000 grit. And once you feel it stop being abrasive, you'll see that you can see the where the wood is sanded back in your tissue. So once you've finished working it, fresh piece of tissue, and again you're just working over it. Then what you're looking for is at the end of the working it in, the tissue should come away clean. So obviously work it over first with a clean bit of tissue to take the excess off, which is like that, and then a clean bit of tissue. And when this comes off clean, you know you've worked all the grit out, and as you can see, there's a sheen coming on there already, and that's without any finish on it. It's just the grit. So very good product, very good indeed. And again, the good thing about it is you're sanding up to 1,000 grit and there's no dust whatsoever, which is an absolute bonus. As you can see there, look, no dirt come off the tissue. So just clean that bit off there. And like I say, it's got a slight sheen to it already without any wax or any finished product on it. It's just with the grit, and that is really, really smooth. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to put friction polish on that to give it a nice shine. And hopefully
Baz, you should have said smooth as a baby's bottom.
Smooth as a baby's bum. Baz is gone though.
I know.
So I'm going to give it a coat of friction polish, chestnuts friction polish, just to finish it off, seal it. So not generous coat of not sand and sealer, friction polish. So again, just rub it in. And what you're relying on your friction polish is you're relying on the heat to generate the friction to give you that nice shine. So what I do is I always use the tissue I put it on with to start with. Turn your lathe up to around about 500 RPM and then work it in to get that first lot of heat on it.
Right, Colin Izzard's got a question.
Yep.
He said, do you thin sanding seal 50-50?
No, 60-40. 60% sand and sealer, 40% cellulose thinners.
Colin Roberts said, it's awesome stuff, going to get the microfine next week.
Yeah, it is. Definitely.
Doug said, Colin, yes, 50-50.
Oh, I'd always do mine 60-40. Is that Doug's pole
Doug
barn?
Miller.
Oh, Doug Miller. Oh, I don't know. I always do mine 60-40. I may be wrong then. So as you can see, that's now got a nice shine on it. We'll just get a bit of tissue and buff it out.
Buff.
And what you can do, if you want to, you can put a second coat of friction polish over, but to be honest, I don't really feel that you need to. So I'm just going to put a lid back on that before I knock it over.
Amy said, what, not with cedar wood oil?
What?
Don't know, that's what she said.
You can use oils.
She did put a laughing emoji. So.
Oh, right, okay. I don't very often use a natural oil. I
Doug
normally
Miller
use...
said 60-40 is fine, sorry.
Alright, okay. So there you go, we've got a nice deep shine.
Why don't you use oil?
I don't use oils very often. The reason being is because they take quite a while. I mean, if you're putting an oil on, you really... Whoops. You really need to give it... They've got a dint in it. You need to leave it like 40 minutes, an hour in between coats. They perhaps need 3 or 4 coats. So 9 times out of 10 I use finishers that don't take that long to go off, i.e. like the friction polish or the wax. But even really when you're putting a wax on, you should leave it 20-25 minutes to soak into your wood and then buff it off and then put another coat over it. But obviously for demo, if I was doing a piece that I was going to do a video for, I was going to sell, then I would spend the time in buffing the first coat of wax, then putting another one over the top of it to give it an extra shine and, you know, that protection. But for a demo piece, I don't normally bother, to be honest. So there's the inside, nice and shiny, as you can see.
Give yourself a shiny.
So the colours are actually not that bad now. It's dried out a little bit, but it's not my cup of tea, that's for sure. But what I might do is I might clean all that off and refinish that. But like I say, it's for a demo piece, so not too bad.
Robbo said oil is high maintenance.
Yeah, it is hot. Yeah, you have to keep packing it up.
And
That's the troubles.
Jappy's got a question. Stephen, why don't you try the stuff from the US?
As in what stuff? What, shine juice? Is that what he's on about?
Oh.
Let's move this over.
See if he puts something on there in a minute.
I did try shine juice, but I've got it there. I actually got it up there where I mixed it. I did mix some up, and here, this is shine juice that I mixed. Doug from Pole Barn gave me the recipe, and again, you have to apply several coats of that. I think you have to put 4 or 5 coats of that on to get a good shine, a deep shine. But that is 1 coat of friction polish. So to me, it makes more sense to just put 1 coat of friction polish on rather than spending the time putting half a dozen coats of shine juice on. And to be honest, the time you've bought the shellac flakes for that, the linseed oil, I think it's boiled linseed oil, and the methylated spirits, to make that, you might as well just go and spend the 12 quid and buy that. That's my principle anyway.
Wouldn't it be nice? Said very shiny.
Thank you very much, sir.
Mark said lovely piece, Steve.
Except for the colours. I'm not happy with the colour. I'm not happy with the colour.
Rob said looks awesome, Steve. Manic make a brilliant bowl, love it. Midnight Joker, I like it, but maybe not the black bottom.
No. I think I'm going to take all that back and I'll recolour it. I'll put that in the cold drawers and take that back and recolour that a different colour. I don't know, I'm not sure yet. I'm not 100% happy with it. And to be honest, there's a few cracks in it. Where's that crack in here? You can't see the crack in it now. I've polished it out.
Right, Terry said, looks very nice. Colin Roberts said, apart from the variable speed, what are the differences between the CL3 and the CL4, apart from a few hundred quid, lol?
Right, the CL3 and the CL4 is exactly the same lathe, apart from the speed controller. You can add the speed controller at a later date, but I think, don't quote me on this, I think they're about 500 quid for the controller. And there's only about £300 difference between buying the CL3 and the CL4. So to me, It was more cost effective to buy that because you don't have to keep changing your belts. I have it running on the middle belt. You've got a chart here. There's 5 pulleys. There's a chart on here telling you what speed. So what I did is I worked out the average speeds I want from like the slowest is, let's say, 27 revolutions a minute up to 2,150 revolutions a minute. That's the middle one. So I put it. That gives me that variance of speed in between rather than having to keep changing pulleys all the time. Maybe laziness, but for the couple of £100 extra, to me that was more beneficial. And I think you do need variable speed for sanding, turning. You know, what I mean, you don't want to keep changing belts all the time. Well, I don't personally.
Amy says, looks great, Steve. Would be even better with the colours I recommended, lol. Colin Roberts said, like it. Jappy said, oh no, the stuff JP likes.
Say stuff JP likes. What's
From the
JP?
US. Don't know what that is.
I don't know what he uses.
Ellie said she bought some yesterday. The price has gone up to 16 quid.
Yeah, okay. So that's still cheaper than the shellac flakes, the cellulose thinners. No, not cellulose thinners. The methylated spirits. Okay, you may get a lot more out of it, but when you do this, because we can't get liquid shellac in the UK, you have to soak the shellac flakes in methylated spirits to dissolve, and that took about a week, I think, to do mine. But it's down to everybody's opinion. I mean, I'd rather just go and buy what I need, and so I ain't got to mess about with it. That's laziness, I know, but that's the way. But it's down to everybody's individually what they want to do.
Jay from Wooden Things said, very nice. Just put red over it.
Yeah, just put red over it.
Mike Lang said, Purdy Bowl.
Thank
Jackie
you.
said, very nice.
Thank you.
Colin Roberts said, cool, thanks, I'll start saving, lol.
Yeah. They are a good lathe. If you got a choice, you either go for this is quite a big lathe, but obviously they got the Herald out now. That's quite a compact lathe compared to the size of this. So if you want something with variable speed and a bit more compact, if you've only got limited space, then perhaps the Herald would be worth going for. But I can't fault them. You get a 5-year parts and labour warranty, and yes, okay, they're not the cheapest lathe on the market, but they're not the most expensive either. And I think they are good for what they are.
Right, where did we get to? Robert Dolman said, nice work, Steve.
Thank you very
Robbo
much.
said, axe paste. And Mark said, that other junk abrasive we don't mention because Yorkshire grit is the best.
No, we don't use axe paste. No, axe paste is not worth. I'm not even going to mention it on the channel.
Manic Maker said, axe as abrasive paste. Sid said, I like it. The bowl
Thank you very
that
much.
is.
Thank you.
Manic said it's all the same pastes. Mike Lang said, make your own paste.
I would, Manic Maker, I would disagree with you there. It's all the same paste. I don't think it is all the same paste.
Miller's off. Say goodbye.
See you, Doug. Thanks for coming over. I'm not going to get into a diplomatic thing over it, but it's a proven fact that Yorkshire grit gives you a better finish than the other one. So it's down to the individual's choice. Again, as always, if people want to use it, that's their call. But I've always used Yorkshire grit ever since I started, and I'm a great believer if you find something that works, stay with it. And I've proved that it works because of this is just this is done with just microfine, and look at the shine on that. That's with no polishes on it, there's no waxes on it, that's just finished with microfine Yorkshire grit. So you're telling me that don't work?
Anyway,
that's enough of that. Let's move on.
Ellie said, great demo.
Thank you very much. All right, let's just clean this gun out. Just clean my gun out before it goes hard. No, I don't think it's the same ingredient.
No, don't get into it.
I'm not getting into it. At the end of the day, like I said, it's down to the individuals what they want to use. But and it's not just because I'm loyal. It's not just because I'm loyal to Yorkshire Grip. Because if I felt that the other stuff was better, then I'd be using it. So anyway, right. So no, that's fair enough, mate. I know you're not debating. I know you're just asking questions, and that's what we're here for. So it's not a problem at all. Right. So there we go. We'll just show you the whatever you call it. It's a bowl for sure, but just not 100% sure on that bottom edge. I think I might just clean that off and just do it one colour. It might look better just one colour, to be honest. Sort of black into a bluey colour. That might look better.
Right, who from Wouldn't It Be Nice said, I love YG. Great demo, Steve. Am I allowed to mention my latest video as it's same process as your last live on Sunday?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Pop over and check out Hugh's video. I don't know when his video's out, if it's out yet. But I don't know if you guys caught my demo last weekend when I did this this contraption. I haven't finished it yet. I haven't had a chance to get onto it to finish it. So
Get the violins out.
Hugh from Wouldn't It Be Nice has done something on a similar process to this. So go over and check it out. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I will watch it if it's out. And I will leave a comment, but I'm sure it will be fine as always. So no, yes, go over and check out Hugh from Wouldn't It Be Nice's latest video. No, Doug, it's not a problem, mate. We know you're not. And no, we're not holding our tongues because of you. We just don't want to talk about it, really. So anyway, guys, hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's been fun as always. Sorry about the sound issues. We will get them fixed, and I think just rebooting the machine, to be honest, will cure the problem. Because like I said, there was an update before we came live. So there might be a few little hiccups in there, but hopefully rebooting the machine should cause the issue to disappear. And hopefully we'll knock that on the head, but I do apologise for that. So hopefully we got it sorted. It does say on my YouTube thing that that the YouTube couldn't receive an equal level of audio. So there's obviously something going on between OBS and YouTube. So like I said, it could be where the updates went in, but we'll sort it. So anyway, guys, if there's no questions, then we will knock it on the head. And I thank you all for coming over and all for your sensible questions and comments. And it's been fun as always. Thank you to my lovely wife for airworming with me again, even though her back is still hurting her, bless her. So I appreciate that.
Mark's put the link on for who's.
Oh, cheers, Mark. Thank you very much, sir. So we won't be here Sunday because we'll be travelling up to Yorkshire. So what I'm going to do is if nobody wants to do my lunchtime live out of the group, I will stick a video up to take the place of the live. So I will leave a notification out for that, depending on what's going on. So keep your eyes open for that. So anyway, guys, I'm going to knock it on the head, as there's no questions. So have a great day. Speak to you soon, and take care. Bye for now. Bye.
That's all, folks.